So I'll go with brucelee32. This is the lowest name I can't find on my list, from Germany. Let's check out the profile. Doesn't give a name. He is a premium member though. I hope he's gonna make a move. Else, I don't know, there's gonna be a frustrating afternoon if I just click on challenges and no one plays. I'm gonna have to go back to my old system. SC Gamecock says he was there, but nothing happened. I don't know, I didn't receive a move. What is happening? Are we having technical struggles here? No, there's a move at least. So I'm going to play this game against brucelee32. Stay tuned, Mr. Gamecock. I will try to play you again afterwards if there was some technical issue. Anyway, I should get to this game. d4. I'll play d5. I alternate between the Queen's Gambit declined, the semi-Slav, and the Grunfeld against d4. Sometimes I play the normal Slav. Let's give that one a try here. Plays the move e3, and I'll play bishop f5. In this move order, you can get away with bishop f5. Normally, if white starts with knight f3 or knight c3, it's not such a good idea. But in the position after e3, it's quite possible. Bishop f5, cd, cd. And one point is that after queen b3, there's the move queen to c7, attacking the bishop on c1. Starts with knight c3, when I think I'm in time to play e6. Big problem for black is always to keep this pawn on b7 safe, but if I manage to do that, I should not have a lot of trouble, since I got my bishop outside of the pawn chain and my pawn structure is quite symmetrical. So this should be alright for me if there's no immediate issues, which I don't really see. Bishop d3, bishop takes, queen takes. Here, I'm not sure this is the best move, but I kind of like the idea. I'll play f5 and try to transpose to some Dutch stone wall, keeping a grip on the e4 square. Of course, knight f6 was very possible too. But if allowed this stone wall thing without the bad bishop, it's quite tempting, and I don't see anything that would stop me from doing it. Would expect white to actually try something concrete here, like knight to e5 now. Because if I'm allowed to develop bishop to d6, castles, knight to e4, it's going to be quite hard for white to play, while for black it's going to be pretty easy to generate an attack. Or so I hope. Let's see. I've never really generated an attack in my whole life, so I'm pretty much bluffing here. Knight e2, knight e4. That one's easy though, and next I would have to decide if I want to try to bring my queen or my rook to h6. To threaten some things. He starts with knight f4. That makes that decision easier because I can play queen f6, covering e6, preparing maybe g5, maybe queen h6. Once again, I quite like my chances here. This knight would have to end up on d3 in order for this maneuver to make sense, so I would expect white to play a move like queen to b3, attacking b7, or queen to b5, also attacking b7, and freeing that d3 square. Let's see what brucelee32 is up to. Did Bruce Lee... I've never looked up Bruce Lee. Did he die at a young age, at age 32? Is that why the username is chosen? Or no, I don't think he did. Not sure. He played queen b5, which I think is a good move, freeing that d3 square. I'm not very tempted to enter complications with bishop f4 and knight d4 here, even though I guess I could, so maybe I should give it some thought. Bishop f4 takes, knight takes d4. You would have to take on d4, and I would go knight takes d2. Looks to me like it works, so I'm going to have to do it. I don't like it because maybe I should have stayed in more autopilot mode with rook a b8 and trying to go for that attack. But if this works, it could win me material, and I don't want to pass up that chance. So knight takes d4. The point is after knight d4, I will go knight takes d2 with a double attack against the d4 knight and the f1 rook. It's not very clear I can save all that beautiful material. Rook d1, queen takes d4. He could attack the knight on d2 with something like queen a5. But I would emerge with a very good position after knight f3 check, pawn takes, queen takes f4, probably kind of winning. So that's what I calculated. I hope I didn't miss anything too dramatic. He could, of course, instead sacrifice an exchange, but it also doesn't look very good. And here after queen takes d4, yeah, the best I could see is queen a5, actually queen e2, now that the position is on the board. It's a much better move, which I missed. I'm still doing fine, probably I'll be a pawn up after either queen takes b2 or rook a e8. Plays queen a5 instead, which allows me to go for my original intention of going knight f3 check, and if takes, then queen takes f4. When I am a pawn up, and more importantly, the white structure is kind of ruined. I'm intending to go for checkmate with rook f6, rook h6, ASAP. g5 was winning material. Queen c3 has been played. Rook f6 is still my plan. Queen e3 is a move I would expect, but then rook g6 check followed by queen h4, or maybe queen h4 immediately. Looks very, very pleasant for me. I'm afraid you're in trouble, Mr. brucelee32. Even though, once again, I'm starting to get cocky without having calculated all that much. Rook d4, rook g6 check, and if king h1, I think I can go queen g5, when it's going to be very hard for him to parry queen g2 checkmate. JV Ferreira is pointing out, why not knight b3? Knight b3 instead of knight f3, wouldn't that be a piece up? And you might very well be right. I was so happy with this knight f3 idea, I didn't even look for anything else. Did knight b3 win a piece? Probably it did, yeah. Yeah, good point. Missed that one. And then, yeah, knight b3, queen b5, I have queen c4, yeah? Yeah, that would have been easier, my bad. That sometimes happens, it shouldn't happen, of course, that you see a line from far away and you're quite happy with the outcome and you don't go for anything else. Anyway, I did manage to win the game. The threat of queen g2 check was hard to parry. Thanks brucelee32 for the game. Let's find a new opponent.
Until recently, chess was like this. Chess24 brought you this. Live interactive broadcasts from top tournaments with computer analysis and video commentary by the likes of Jan Gustafsson, Lawrence Trent and Peter Svidler. A play zone where you can take on opponents from all around the world 24/7. Interactive beginners courses ensuring you pick up the basics fast while having fun. A tactics trainer to sharpen your chess by solving puzzles adapted to your level. Hundreds of interactive videos letting you watch and learn from star players such as Vishy Anand, Peter Svidler, Paco Vallejo and Hu Yifan. You've given up on that outdated computer? That's why there are more reasons to use Chess24 on mobiles and tablets. Full playzone access, including pre-move. A tactics trainer so you can stay sharp wherever you are. Computer opponents you can challenge even when you're not online. Live broadcasts of top chess events. And the half? It's free. Well, that's half true. Most features are free, but limited for registered members. For a mere €99 per year, however, you can step up to premium membership and gain unlimited access to our video library. That and much more. See you at chess24.com.